Meeting will come to order. The secretary will call the roll.
Mr. Kura.
Present.
Ms. Altieri. Present. Mr. Babu.
Present.
The secretary will now read the minutes.
The previous meeting was called to order at 4 p.m. on November 8, 2020. The treasurer reported that the money from the donations came to $700, with the total balance on hand being $1,500. The committee reported their plan to create a fundraiser bake sale. The main motion was regarding the creation of a blood drive. Ms. Altieri proposed the motion and Mr. Kura seconded it. The motion was then discussed and passed on a majority vote. The meeting was adjourned at 4:30.
Are there any corrections to the minutes? If not, the minutes will stand approved as read. The next business is hearing the reports of the officers. May we have the treasurer's report?
The balance on hand as of November 26, 2020 stands at $1,500. The receipts are dues of 100 members at $50 each, standing at $5,000, with the donations being $200. The collections from fundraising kits stands at $1,055.75. The receipts are $6,255.75, with total funds available being $7,755.75. The expenditures stand at per capita dues of 100 members at $30 each as $3,000, the national organization fee $50, and the payment for fundraising kits at $500. The total expenditures being $3,550. We have zero reserve funds, and the total balance on hand as of December 1st, 2020 stands at $4,205.75.
Are there any corrections to the treasurer's report? If not, the report will stand approved as read. Next business in order is hearing the reports of the committee.
The committee has a duty to plan a blood drive which will raise funds and blood donations for people requiring transfusions. Beaumont Royal Oak has been contacted and agrees to partner with the committee for this event. The date of the blood drive has been confirmed and will take place January 3rd, 2020. It will take place from 12 to 3 in the high school gym. The blood drive will be run by committee members Ms. Altieri and Mr. Babu. The costs and advertising are still being evaluated by the committee and shall be reported on at the next meeting of the board.
Thank you. The report needs no action under unfinished business. The first business in order is the motion relating to a children's area, which was pending when the last meeting adjourned. The question is on whether or not we should have an area section for kids at the blood drive.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Ms. Altieri.
we need a children's area at the blood drive so we do not have any kids running around while blood is being drawn.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Mr. Babu.
I believe that the play area is unnecessary because there won't be a sufficient number of kids. I move that we postpone consideration of this motion indefinitely.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we postpone consideration of the question of the play area indefinitely. Is there any discussion on the motion to postpone indefinitely? The vote is on the motion that we postpone consideration of this question indefinitely. Those in favor of the motion to postpone indefinitely say aye. Those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and the motion to postpone indefinitely is carried. Is there any further unfinished business? If there is no more unfinished business, we will move on to new business. The first item of business is planning on purchasing textbooks. Does anyone have a motion to do a purchase?
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Mr. Kura.
I move that we purchase new textbooks from the HOSA event guidelines for our chapter.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we purchase new textbooks from HOSA event guidelines for our chapter. Is there any discussion?
Mr.
The
President,
chair recognizes Mrs. Altieri.
purchasing textbooks for the students in HOSA is extremely important. It will allow the members to help supplement their knowledge. Many of the questions on the HOSA test are taken directly from the textbooks that are in the event guidelines.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Mr. Kura.
I move that when we adjourn to meet next week at the call of the President.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we adjourn to meet next week. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
No.
Noes have it, and the motion to adjourn to meet next week is lost. Discussion is now on the main motion.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Mr. Babu.
the purchase of HOSA textbooks.
Mr.
The
President,
chair recognizes Ms. Altieri.
how much of the budget shall be allocated for the purchase?
The budget has not yet been allocated. Mr. Babu, please continue.
The purchase of the textbooks is not a good decision. Many of the students can find the resources they need on the internet. Buying individual textbooks would result in a lack of budget for other purposes, such as travel to the state conference.
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Ms. Altieri.
I move that the debate shall be limited to 1 minute per person.
I second.
It is moved and seconded. A debate be limited to a minute. Those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it by a 2/3 vote, and the motion to limit debate per speaker is carried. Discussion is now on the main motion.
Mr. President,
The chair now recognizes Mr. Kura.
while it is true that some resources can be found online, many textbooks are not available in PDF form. The textbooks will give the students a tangible resource that they can annotate properly. I move that we purchase the textbooks because the Treasurer's report.
Mr. President, I rise to a point of order.
State your point of order.
The motion just proposed is out of order because there's already a main motion before the Assembly.
Your point is not well taken. Mr. Kura, please continue.
The Treasurer's report clearly shows that we have enough of a budget to purchase at least a few textbooks for each event, while still keeping enough money for other purposes.
Is there any further discussion? Are you ready for the question? The question is on the adoption of the motion to purchase textbooks. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and the motion to purchase textbooks from the HOSA guidelines is passed. Is there any other business?
Mr. President,
The chair recognizes Ms. Abwazis.
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
It is moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting. Those in favor say aye, those opposed say no.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and the motion to adjourn is carried. You stand adjourned.